Makgala Masiteng now into the conversation. She is in Bloemfontein currently monitoring the situation. Makgala, very good morning to you. Talk to us firstly about the area where you are and some of the issues that voters are talking to you about.
Good morning, Blaine, and to the viewers at home. Yes, I am in Ward 11 in Mangaung in Bloemfontein. This is where the by-elections are happening in the Free State. Of course, they are also happening in Dihlabeng municipality. But we are here, we've been monitoring several voting stations, and we have seen that they have been opened. And we also spoke to the IEC that said that all the stations were opened without any challenges. And we are, of course, monitoring some of those voting stations. And we have seen people have started coming in slowly to cast their votes. And the IEC did mention that they are expecting close to, or rather more than 13,000 all in both Ward 11 in Mangaung and Ward 20 in Dihlabeng. They are expecting that many voters to come forward and cast their votes today. Of course, Blaine, there are several issues in Mangaung municipality, including issues of poor service deliveries, issues of where people have been complaining that municipality is failing to collect rubbish on time, and many other issues in this area. And we have also mentioned, as you have heard in the package earlier on, that there has also been a political instability in this area, where in the past we have seen that former executive mayor of Mangaung, Mlamleli, was ousted, and we continue to monitor the situation on the ground in terms of services, because some complaints also include issues of roads that are really in bad conditions in this municipality, and also the issue of water, as it appeared that there's really misunderstanding, or rather there's a challenge between Mangaung municipality and Bloem Water, because it is said that Mangaung is not paying its debt accordingly in terms of the water. But Blaine, there's a new development that is appearing, especially in terms of the ANC candidate in Ward 20 in Dihlabeng municipality, where the by-elections are going on. We understand that there's a poster that is making rounds on social media that is alleging that the ANC candidate in Ward 20 in Dihlabeng municipality, allegedly he has many criminal records of murder, of rape, of housebreaking, and many other cases. But on that issue, we have the EFF provincial secretary, who is Busanku Msimanga, who is going to talk to us about these issues. And that Busanku, thank you very much for joining us. Just take us through. We understand that the ANC candidate is said to have allegedly to have a criminal record of so many cases. Can that kind of a person stand as to represent the public?
To my surprise, I'm also surprised why they chose such a candidate, because if you talk about a murder, a rape, obviously your conviction should not be less than a year. And if your conviction is more than a year, you should not be a public rape. He does not fit in that category of being a public rape. It's not a man of honor, if indeed what is being alleged is true. Because not only that, there are a number of cases dating back from traffic fines, housebreaking, murder, rape. Now we are contesting, if that is true, we are now contesting with real criminals. So our people really need to choose proper, especially when electing people who will represent them. We are working on it as EFF. We are busy compiling information. When we are convinced with our investigation, we will be submitting to the IEC to disqualify the chap we cannot be led by criminals. We are going to fight it to a bitter end if that thing is found to be true. That you have a person who has raped, you have a person who has murdered people, you have a person who has gone as far as doing housebreaking. You can imagine a public person will not be in a safe hands under such leadership.
We understand, as you mentioned earlier on, that it is actually not the only candidate that is having this criminal record.
Yes, there are a number of them. Like I said, we're looking at this situation very close as EFF. We will be writing to the IEC after having satisfied ourselves with investigation. Our fighters are going to submit to us, and then go through that thing and seek legal opinion where possible, and then file proper complaint to IEC. We can't be led by criminals, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of a t-shirt that you are wearing. We are not prepared to be led by criminals. Criminals must not be mistaken to men and women of honor.
We have seen the EFF, as we close, that you contested in the by-elections in November, but the party didn't really win anything. Are you confident on this one?
I'm not sure when you say EFF didn't win anything. Because when you go to Smithfield, Ward 6, we increased in terms of percentage, we increased in terms of numbers there. It's just that the only thing that happened is that the former secretary of a branch went to contest as an independent, and if you combine those two votes, you will the one of independent, the one of EFF, you will see that the ANC has been rejected in Mohokar Ward 6. We did fairly well in Ward 33. We're increasing in terms of numbers. We increased in terms of numbers in Ward 33. We increased in numbers in Ward 28. The only thing that now we're fighting to win wards. We're going to win wards moving forward. That's what we're fighting for. We've been increasing numbers. That growth, it shows that EFF becomes a winner at the ultimate end. We're eating the elephant bit by bit, like as my president have said to you.
Thank you very much, Blaine. That is the Provincial Secretary of the EFF, Bosanku Musimanga, of course, taking us through some of the reports that are coming in terms of the candidate of the ANC in Ward 20 in Dihlabeng municipality. But we will continue to follow that case, and we will also try and speak to the IEC later on about this matter and the ANC to hear from their side. And we understand again that this ANC candidate was also a DA councillor before he switched to the ANC. But we'll continue to monitor the situation and go from voting stations to voting stations to see what is happening on the ground. Blaine?
All right, please do, Makgala, come back to us with any further developments. We appreciate your reporting there. Makgala Masiteng, live for us in Bloemfontein.